It's been a while since I've done a paint scheme collab episode, so here we go. Today I have 4 brand new paint schemes that I've gotten in the mail. 4 new drivers on this 2018 season of the show, and we have 4 fantastic paint schemes. One of them, Stewart-Haas Racing, one of the comeback drivers of the year. He has had a phenomenal season so far with 2 wins, and his paint scheme has just arrived in the mail. The second driver from Joe Gibbs Racing, he got his first career win, not in this paint scheme, but the one he has. Looks absolutely fantastic, and I think it's going to be a great representation. There's a third one. This driver, he's had a little bit of a controversy as he might be losing his ride, and this driver's had a lot of amazing things happen at this team over the years, and this is a fantastic paint scheme that he's hoping. And then the final driver, it's his final season, his final ride, and this is his final primary paint scheme that we are going to showcase on this special edition of the Paint Scheme Collab, as this is from August 2018. First up, we have Clint Boyer and his number 14 Rush Truck Centers Ford Fusion for Stewart-Haas Racing, and this paint scheme is absolutely fantastic. This car reminds me of the Cheerios days when Clint Boyer was at RCR with the yellow and the red and the black. This car is absolutely phenomenal. The only thing that really bothers me about this car is just the fact that it's only driven in 5 races this season. The Daytona 500, Auto Club in March, and then Daytona in July, and then at Watkins Glen, and then the Bristol Night Race 5 times this year. And I think it's been an associate sponsor, I think at Indy, and I think one other race. But I mean, come on. We need to see this car more often. Come on, Rush Truck Centers. It needs to be at least 15 races. I mean, I'm tired of seeing Clint Boyer sponsored by Haas. That's his quote-unquote primary sponsor. They're the one that sponsors the most races. I mean, because he has just so many unsponsored races. Now, I believe the playoffs are a different story. Clint Boyer has some solid sponsorship from, I believe, a farming company, and then Cummins or something like that, and IT Savvy. I mean, he's got a couple new sponsors, but he needs some more. It's ridiculous that he has 20 races worth of Haas. And this guy, the ugly duckling, has 2 wins on the year, and he can't find sponsorship. Everything wrong with NASCAR. So if I gave this paint scheme, this individual car rating, I definitely give this a top 5 finish. This is a fantastic paint scheme, the best Clint Boyer paint scheme of the year, and it's a definite get. So next up, we have Eric Jones and his number 20 Sport Clips Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. And now, I was kind of on the fence if I should get Eric Jones in his DeWalt car, even though it looks exactly the same from last year. I just felt like it would be the most appropriate thing to do. Or, obviously, get this one, a secondary paint scheme for Eric Jones. And this was the first one that came out, the Sport Clips paint scheme. So I decided, might as well. I mean, the car itself doesn't look too bad. I think it could use some more red, certainly. I hate that the 20, it's white, and then you got the black. It's kind of outlined in black, and then it's white. It just looks really weird. I wish they would move the black up and then kind of point down so the 20 is in the black and the red, and so in order the car, the number would pop out, and I think it would be a really nice car. Or just take the DeWalt template, maybe have the white serve as the yellowish orange, and then the black could be kind of the red, and then you could have the black as another color or something on the Sport Clips. That would be a really, really nice addition. I think that'd be a great paint scheme change. Or obviously you could have the white kind of go into the Sport Clips logos in the white. That would look amazing as well, but who knows, we'll have to see where that goes and see if they change the paint scheme for next year. So if I give this car a rating, I'm gonna give it a top 10 finish. It's decent. It's not the greatest paint scheme in the world, for most certain. I mean, I really wish they would have done something different with the numbers like I've clamored about, but it's still a decent car. I would recommend this over getting the DeWalt car for this season. And next up, and I had a lot of controversy with this car because I put this in the thumbnail of the NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series Sonoma video, and this car wasn't even in it. It was the 2017 car, as this is A.J. Allmendinger's 2018 number 47 Kroger Clicklist Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. The reason why I put that car in the thumbnail was because I didn't have an official thumbnail for that video, or the one I took was absolutely awful. And so I decided to pull out my Sonoma track and retake the thumbnail, and I decided might as well put A.J. Allmendinger's Kroger Clicklist car, the 2018, to make it look even better, get more people to watch, and start controversy. But anyways, this is definitely one of the better Kroger Clicklist cars that we've gotten. I love the blue, the kind of light bluish marks that are skewing onto the side, and the red 47 looks amazing. Now with this driver, there's been a lot of controversy. He might be subject to silly season. As you all know, A.J. Allmendinger hasn't really performed besides 2014. So there's a chance that Ryan Preece could take over this car. And in my honest opinion, I do not want Ryan Preece in this car. You want to know why? Please, Hendrick Motorsports or Junior Motorsports, sign Ryan Preece to drive the 1 and then eventually go to the 48. That's what I want him to do. I mean, that'd be a dream team, which I'll get to on another video. Allmendinger needs to keep his ride in the 47 at least for the next 2 years, and hire Daniel Hemrick or something like that if you really want a driver. So if I'm going to give this paint scheme a rating, though, and it gets a top 5 finish, this is an absolutely fantastic paint scheme. Finally, I'm glad to see it. I like the Velveeta and Cheerios on the side. That looks great as well. And finally, we have a farewell paint scheme. Casey Kane and his number 95 Pro Core Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Levine Family Racing. As Casey Kane announced in August that this is going to be his last season in the Cup Series, and I still need to create that video, which will be a sentimental piece to Casey Kane. I don't know when it'll be uploaded. I have a ton of videos coming out on the NASCAR racing analysis, so that should be interesting in the coming weeks. But anyways, with this Pro Core paint scheme, this car was hyped up to oblivion. Now, I like it. It's a good paint scheme, but at the same time, it's not mind-blowing like everyone was hyping it up to be. And, you know, with all the hype, this car disappointed me in a couple ways. Not only, you know, the hype and stuff, it was a little bit overrated, but the car didn't come out until August. I mean, really, this car was put up for pre-order in December, and it took a whole 9 months to get this car out. In fact, the WRL car, I think, was up for pre-order 2 months after this car and came out the same time. So I could have gotten a more beautiful paint scheme, the WRL paint scheme with the yellow numbers, the neon yellow Hendrick Motorsports numbers, and the beautiful light blue and dark blue. I could have gotten that instead of this paint scheme at the same time. So, I mean, Lionel needs to get a little bit up to date, but maybe it was probably also the team's fault. They probably put in the renderings wrong and then they wanted them to redo it. But anyways, this car gets a top 10 finish. It's not the greatest car in the world, but it's a decent design. It's something new, and certainly it's a refreshing paint scheme for the NASCAR Cup Series. So now we're going to review the paint schemes, or we're going to rank them. And so first, hands down, it's got to go to Clint Boyer. That one's the best paint scheme, just the yellow, the red, and the black. And then the second one goes to A.J. Allmendinger and his Kroger Clicklist. Third, Casey Kane Pro Core. And Eric Jones Sport Clips gets fourth, but it's still a decent paint scheme. So anyways, that wraps up this edition of the Paint Scheme Collab. So anyways, this is NASCAR Racing Fan 2015 signing out. And just remember, life's a beach, and then you drive.